What about the old fight between capitalism and socialism? Is
Well,
almost dead?
I don't think the battle between capitalism and socialism is over. Now, we've lived through a period of unprecedented free market capitalistic growth and expansion, and then many people believe that the market itself should determine social policy. I think that's a mistake. Clearly, as people have learned in China and other countries, the free market is dynamic, but we cannot forget the needs for social justice. The free market cannot meet all human needs, and therefore democratic societies have to establish conditions where those who are left out have a place where social needs are fulfilled. And I think that's what the socialists have said. They no longer argue that we should nationalize all of the means of production. That clearly has not worked. But what we should do is fill or satisfy the needs of individuals and of groups in society which are being left out. So we need to modify capitalism with the sense of social justice. You need capitalism with a human face, but that's not enough. You need a kind of humanistic framework. And that's particularly true for the developing world. You have the northern countries that are highly industrialized, technologically advanced, and yet so many other parts of the globe are left out. How do we bring them in? That's the problem. How do we consider all parts of the human family entitled to equal consideration? So it's not only liberty, which is very important, and freedom, but also equality and justice. And I think that's one of the main points of those interested in social democracy.
Do some Marxian claims have scientific value for today?
Well, I think that Marx was a great philosopher. He cannot be interpreted as a dogmatist, and the principles of Marx have to be adapted to the 21st century. One of the problems of the world is that you have the concentration, the development of enormous trusts and corporations that are global. And how can they be democratically regulated? Often a corporation is more powerful than any single country. And many of these world global conglomerates exert enormous influence. So I think we need to develop international institutions which will regulate these free market capitalist companies for the common good. For example, in terms of the environment, many of these companies degrade the environment, and yet there's no international monitoring agency. So capitalism is dynamic. It does unleash vast forces, as the Chinese have discovered in other parts of the globe. But we need at the same time principles of social justice. Namely, every society should satisfy the basic minimal needs of the people, so that capitalism mixed with social justice, that's the great frontier, it seems to me, for the future. And particularly if we enter into periods of economic recession and depression, so many people will be left out. And from a humanist perspective, we have to be concerned about the disadvantaged and the hungry and the people who do not fit into the system. We have to provide education in every part of the globe for all human beings, no matter what background they have. And also we have, in some way, to provide medical, health, and basic minimal needs, as well as cultural opportunities. So yes, capitalism, but at the same time, social justice. How do you bring these together? That is the great challenge everywhere on the planet.
Thank you very much.
Okay, they should like that.